Number 2. Leafs and Flyers, like the Wild and Avs, a back-to-back situation, no rest for the weary. Who would be more fresh? Jeremy looks very fresh right there, chewing the gum enthusiastically. Early on, Roenick. Amonte save Belfour. He's never lost a Game 7. Keep an eye on Robert Svala here.
Watch right here. You got miscommunication. Belfour is not a great puck handler. He throws it to Svala. Puck gets in his feet. Bang. Philadelphia gets a great scoring chance off a turnover. Eddie should stay in net where he's as good as anybody who's ever played.
Just 5 minutes later, again, Belfour. There's Svala. Too hard by Belfour. Gets by Svala. Great pass by Primo. Great pass by Williams. Gagne, the first goal of the game. 1-0. Shortly thereafter, Claude Lapointe. Down the left wing. Look at Owen Nolan. Reaching, not skating. And a goal. Justin Williams with beautiful stick work, Ray.
Everybody talks about the big additions at the trade deadline. How about Claude Lapointe for a draft pick? Lapointe goes to the front of, or throws it to the front of the net. Justin Williams, 3 months ago, ACL surgery. He's back for this game, scores a big goal.
Keith Primo, his last goal was that 5 overtime affair in Pittsburgh. It's help here. It goes off the stick of McGillney and by Belfour. Suddenly, it's 3-0, and there it is since May 4th, 2000. First playoff goal for Primo, who had an outstanding series. Still second. Leafs come back. Jyrki Lumme. What in the wide world of sports is going on in front of the net, Barry?
Well, you see a lot of confusion there. Weinrich pushed Sundin into Czechmonic. Czechmonic's not buying that story. He was very animated, very angry, but the bottom line is no interference, goal counts. Maybe the game will turn around.
Jim Vandermeer shoots it. Lapointe from the side, no. Mark Recchi. Driver 8, take a break. 4-1. Still second. Power play, Ray.
Recchi throws it to the front. McCabe goes down to block it. I'm not really sure why neither he nor Belfour got up after the initial stop. But look at Recchi's got all kinds of time. You think he should shoot it right away. He took his time and put it right by Belfour.
And got a hug.
Got a hug. He's got a new baby. Pretty good week for Mark Recchi.
Life is good for the Flyers.
What Aiden Moffat is to Arab Strat, Mark Recchi is to the Flyers. He is the most productive playoff series of his career, and his Flyers now advance to play the Ottawa Senators in round 2 of the playoffs. Worst loss ever for the Leafs in a Game 7. First time that the top 4 Eastern Conference seeds advance to the second round since 1996. Jeremy Roenick brought in to bring a championship to Philadelphia. He's one step closer.
I think it's the way that we want it. We were down twice, or down once, and we got beat up, and we got pounded, we got physically beaten, and we overtime after overtime, and we just kept grinding it out. So I think the character that we showed in the length of series that it was and the physical series it was shows a lot of our hockey club.
We wanted to get traffic on him, no question. I mean, you know, it's a lot of hockey he's played, and you know, we know that he's a competitive guy and a terrific goalie, and that's where you have to beat him. You have to get people in front of him and try and bang home some rebounds.
It's part of playoffs, and you know, the other teams are always have done that to me in the past, and you know, they probably always will continue to try and, you know, fall on you and stick you and, you know, whatever they can to try and get you off your game.
Mark Recchi sets a career high for most goals in a playoff series, netting 6 of them in the 7 games against Toronto. It's the most goals for any Flyer in a playoff series since Tim Kerr had 10. Brian Propp had 6 in the '89 Patrick Division Final against Pittsburgh. Coincidentally, that was the last time the Flyers had won a Game 7 before Tuesday. First time in 5 years under Pat Quinn, the Leafs lose a first-round series. Barry, all year long, the Flyers had issues scoring, but after the Amonte trade, this was like a different team.
It is a different team, and for a number of reasons. I think the depth is one thing. They got so many guys in the team that can score, and I always thought this team could score. I found it funny that they weren't able to score with the amount of offensive weapons they have, and tonight it really came to the forefront. You had 3 guys on this team score their first playoff goal of the season. Can you believe that? Claude Lapointe, their defensive specialist, scored a big goal in tonight's game from John LeClair. All kinds of time. Keith Primo has not scored since Christ was a Cowboy. He comes in here and makes a great play across. Maybe Mogilny helped him a little bit, but Keith will take 10 of those anytime. Great power forward, went to the net consistently in the playoffs, finally got rewarded with a goal. Justin Williams, Raymond mentioned, missed most of the end of the season with a knee injury, had a great game, had a great series, great speed. Gagne was a force tonight. LeClair and Amonte, 1 goal between the 2 of these guys, and yet this team was able to beat a very good team in the Toronto Maple Leafs. beat them soundly tonight, but it's been a tough series. Again, when you play the Flyers, and Ottawa's going to find this out, who do you cover? Who do you check? Roenick's their best forward right now, I think, but with Primo playing and all the other guys kicking in, you got Handzus. You got so many guys in this team that can score when they get a chance. Great depth, great size. Going to be a tough team to play.
First playoff series win for Roman Cechmanek. Again, as Barry mentioned, Flyers and Sens next. More on that later in the second round of the playoffs.